What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we want to discuss the non participation of white people, colored people, and Indian people in the protest for baby Cwecwe, who was allegedly abused at a school. Where's the unity? Why was there no diversity in the protest? Why? That's the question of the day. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holla. People, this ongoing case of 7-year-old child, Cwecwe, it's horrific, sad, it's bad. And I made a video about it because it's a tragic story. And no parent, no sibling, no friend, no relative would want any of their people or their loved ones to go through something like that. And just hearing the mother speaking about her ordeal is heartbreaking and sad, bro. But I want to speak about the diversity aspect and why a lot of non-black, non-indigenous African people were not at the protest. Guys, when it comes to the World Cup, we are Rainbow Nation. Comes to the cricket, Rainbow Nation. When it comes to the Olympics, like we are Rainbow Nation. We stand proud, we stand tall, we stand in unison, we stand with each other. We let the world know that South Africa is a proud people, proud history, a proud country. During the World Cup, we were out in full force. I mean, people knew that you don't mess with South Africa. When we're on Twitter and we go to war with these other countries over Tyler or Trevor Noah or whatever, whoever, we're out in our numbers defending because you come for one, you come for all. But when it came to the protests in support of this little girl, only one race stood up. Only one race stood up. And it's embarrassing. I know not everybody could make it. I know there are people that had to work, obviously, people that are sick, there are people that finances, they stay far, you know. But if you were in and around that, if you were in and around town and you were in your high-rise buildings, in your flats, and you were just standing on the balconies and you were just, why couldn't you show your support by coming down, by walking down the street, walking? I mean, people, is it because it's a black child that was abused? If it was a white child, if it was a colored child, if it was an Indian child, would we have come out in our numbers, diversity, to show diversity that a child is raised by a village, or it takes a child to raise a village? No, it takes a village to raise a child. In this case, I feel like colored people, white people, Indian people have led this child down simply based on her race. Now, it's hard for me to say that because I cannot speak for everybody, but I could be wrong when I say that. But at the same time, how else would you frame it? How else would you frame it? When the billable was being protested against, man, man, the white people, the black people, diversity. You know what I'm saying? Guys, it's like issues pertaining to certain race groups don't matter to other race groups. And yet, baby Cwecwe's story, situation, ordeal could happen to anybody. In fact, it actually does happen to a lot of girls. And they just quiet about it, silence about it, because they feel ashamed. What will people say if they speak about it? That people look at the family dirty. So they rather keep it hidden and not speak about it, not go public. And the sad reality is that, guys, God forbid that it happened to any other race in such a manner that the other race groups decide not to participate, to show support, solidarity, solidarity in this whole ordeal that a person goes through. I mean, this case happened in October. Surprisingly, a lot of us only got to hear about it this year. I mean, it happened way back in October. So, who I'm trying to figure out, why was there no outrage from the get go? Why is it only reaching the rest of South Africa now in the new year? Is it because she's black? Is it because the perpetrator is perceived to be white? That's why it was. That's why it's trying to be all hush hush. Why is the mainstream media not reporting on this? Why is the police so lax? Why are the police almost? It's almost like the police don't want to do something about it. It's like the police. It's like this. It's like there's this force of nature, or there's this protective arm that is restricting the police from doing their job, or someone or something is protecting the perpetrators, because it's just, you know, I'm even at a loss for words. Remember the outrage with that whole Chichi story? Remember how the country erupted in anger, in solidarity? They even demanded that the Minister of Home Affairs get involved, in which the minister had to. And that girl didn't even violate anyone. She did break a rule. But you ask yourself, People were willing to go to that extent for someone who just wanted to enter competition. And they wanted to kill her, basically. Here is someone who actually violated a baby or a little girl, and there's no media outcry. There's no there's no outrage. There's no anger. There's no, I don't know. Is it because she's not foreign? Is it because she's local? Or is it because she's a baby? Where's that same anger that we had for Chi Chi? Where's the anger for this? Where's the anger for the where's the anger for the school? Where's the anger for the police? Where's the anger for the police minister? I mean, if the minister of Home Affairs could be forced to act against Chi Chi, why is the minister of police not being forced to act against the perpetrators or perceived perpetrators? Why is the minister not being forced to act accordingly? Why is the minister of education not acting? Why are the ministers not being taken to task? Why are the ministers not being harassed? Why are they not being attacked? Why are they not being the subject of rage? So the white people and the colored people and the Indian people, they decided this is not their fight. What if it happens to you, to your child, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew? What if it was your family member, one of your loved ones? Would you only want your race to stand up for you? Or would you like the entire nation to stand up for you? Guys, this is sad. It's a tragedy. It's diabolical. There's just no words to describe the discrimination within a sad story, a sad tragedy um, um, incident. I mean, this is a crime. And the worst part is that it's a little girl. And I'm thinking it's because racism, racism. Guys, we can be racist about seats. I don't want to sit next to that black person. I don't want to sit next to that white person. I don't want to sit next to that Indian. I don't want to sit next to that colored person. We can be racist about, oh, I'm not going to use that toilet because those people, man, it's fine. Those are mundane, useless things to be racist about. But in a case where a sadistic crime has taken place and a child who doesn't even know what racism is, what even race is, what color is, an innocent girl has been violated, her innocence stolen from her. And all she ever wanted to do, or all she just wants to do, is just play and eat and have fun as a little girl, and just wants to, is herself being discriminated against by the vast majority of non black South Africans. Like I said, if you had to work, if you were sick, if you didn't have travel fare to travel that far, the distance, if you had a valid excuse that you couldn't make it, then I understand because I'm part of those people. because we had to work. But if you didn't have to work, you were not sick, and you had money to travel, and you were in the vicinity, and you heard protests, and you heard, man, people, not everyone. Okay, let me just divert for a second. Not everyone, not everyone is in support of Palestine, even though the vast majority of people, I think, judging by protests around the world, believe that a genocide is happening in Palestine, of which I'm part of that majority that believe this genocide happening in Palestine. During the Palestine marches, you don't expect everyone to go and protest for Palestine. You can believe, you can sit back, you can what, that's fine. You can support Israel, you can go and march for Israel, it's your right. And that's fine too. But when a young girl is violated, irrespective of her race, we are not, it's not race specific. It's a national crisis. It's a national call to rise up, to say, no, enough is enough. We need to protect our women and our girl children and our little boys. But once again, South Africa, the great nation of South Africa, the most developed country on the continent, the one country that everybody looks for. Once again, race has reared its ugly head. Why? Because we put race first. If it's not a white issue, then it's not our problem. If it's not a colored issue, then it's not our problem. If it's a black issue, then it's not our problem. What will it take for us to unite? If it's not a tragedy like this, if it's not a sporting event, we come out for sports. Rightfully so. Win the World Cup, something to celebrate. We go to the ICJ, right? We need to celebrate. Stand in solidarity with our lawyers. A despicable crime happens to a young girl. And what happens? The non blacks stand on the sidelines and watch as the black people go and fight for their little girl. People, at this point, I'm going to say not only do I feel embarrassed, feel hurt, feel bad, feel sad, feel let down, feel like our country, our fellow countrymen, did not stand in unison with our black people, our fellow black citizens, in a fight that is not just a black fight, but a national fight. And we let South Africa's black people down. That says a lot. That says a lot. Let me know if I was on the money or if I totally messed it with this one. Justice for Cwecwe. Sadly now, we hear that her mother was involved in a car accident. Again, we don't know if she was, because of the depression that she's going through, the hurt and the pain she's going through, Conspiracy theories are pointing that people could have tampered with her brakes. People want to take her out. People are trying to get this case silenced because